All right, y'all. So, real talk though, is it really worth you lowering your truck? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about, is it really worth you lowering your truck? Should you really lower your truck? Are you planning on lowering your truck? I'm really going to be answering some of these questions for you guys. You know, for myself, if you're new on the channel, I have a 2014 Dodge Ram, and I just lowered this truck. It has a coilover in the front, and then it has some springs in the back. And it is lower on a 5th generation coilover, pretty much. And I want to really answer this question for some people who are planning on lowering their truck. Is it really worth you lowering your truck? Is it worth it? So before we get into talking about that, I want to say I definitely appreciate you clicking on this video, and those who are still supporting the channel, my real supporters, I definitely appreciate that too. And also, if you're here for your first time on my channel, this is my beautiful 2014 Dodge Ram that I'm currently sitting in, and this truck is pretty much, this is what this channel is based off of, the 4th generation Ram. I'm going to be building this truck, going to be one of the baddest 5.7 Ram on YouTube, so you definitely want to follow the journey. And by supporting the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'll definitely appreciate it. Well, I want to say happy hump day also. Now, when it comes to lowering your truck, there's a lot of things to really put, there's a lot of things that come in effect with it, and some things that you really want to keep in mind if you are planning on lowering your truck. Now, there's I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna start off with if what you really should expect if you're planning on lowering your truck. Number one, I'll say you definitely want to make sure you find the right suspension for your truck. Now, me personally, I went with Beltec because obviously they're one of the best around, Beltec, and I know there's IHC suspension, also another one that's good for these Ram trucks. 9 times out of 10, they either have, if you see a lower Ram 1500, 9 times out of 10 they have either one of those. Now, number one, you got to find a good quality lowering spring suspension set. You could either do a set, or you could probably do separate. Like me, I bought the coilovers, and then I got the lowering springs itself separate for the rear, for the backside. Now, once you figure that out and you figure out how low you want your truck to go, now the question is, I'm gonna be real, I've been driving this truck. This is my daily driver. Drive this truck to work everywhere pretty much, and it has about almost 150 on the dash. Now, I decided to lower it. Now, I lowered this truck. It is a 4-wheel drive. I did a 2.4 drop, and I don't have just a regular lowering springs on the front side. It is a coilover, fully adjustable, which I feel like is the best thing that you could do. Now, you don't have to do the same thing that I did, but I think it's the best setup pretty much. Now, I feel like you got to really ask yourself that question. Now, I feel like personally for me, it's really worth it for me lowering this truck, coming from me having, I had a lifted I think it was a 2006 3rd generation Dodge Ram that was lifted on, it was on a 6-inch lift, and then I think I had a 2-inch leveling kit on there, 2 or 3-inch leveling kit. So total is probably saying that at least 6, 8, 9 inch pretty much high. So we're saying pretty high. Now, I want to do a little comparison, right? Now that, obviously I had both. I had a lifted truck and I got a lower truck now. I personally think that's a whole lot better. Worth it is 100% worth it to me to lower your truck, only to a certain point. I'm not saying slam. Now, if you got bags on your truck, then you could do that when you park your truck, but I'm not the kind of guy where I like to drive anything on the floor that's super low on the floor, hitting everything and stuff like that, especially when it comes to a truck. Now, I personally haven't used this truck 4-wheel drive system yet. I think I did one time. Now, that's another thing to really consider if you plan on lowering your truck. You're gonna lower it, you gotta understand you wanna do a reasonable drop. That's why I say it's definitely important to drop your truck to like a reasonable drop. You don't want to be too low, because if you got a 4-wheel drive, you want to be able to still use your 4-wheel drive, and you don't want to have no complications. So to answer your questions once again, I definitely feel like it's 100% worth it compared to you lifting your truck. When you lift your truck, it's a lot more like complication that you got to go through. I had to go through ball joints. Like, I had to go through so much issue with my last truck because it was lifted up with some big tires on there too. And it was just like, and I was getting one of the worst gas mileage ever. Believe it or not, I lowered this truck. Since I lowered it, saying that at least sitting at 2 in the front, I can even go down a little bit lower with the a little bit more lower, but I decided I'm gonna keep it where it's at because I don't want nothing rub. So since I lowered this truck, right, and I had it lowered for about 3 weeks now, everything runs and drives smooth. Now I'm getting one of the best gas mileage I ever had since I owned this truck. 100%. Did not change no tires. The only thing that happened, the truck just went down lower. I'm averaging right now 17, 18, which is crazy because I was before on a regular, which wasn't too bad, 15 miles per gallon, which was insane. Like, I'm like, it's kind of like crazy to me because you would think the stock hike gonna give you like the best gas mileage, but since I lowered this truck, I've been seeing a super good gas mileage on it. Definitely, that's why I feel like it's definitely, for me, it's definitely worth it. It's like, it's not really, you don't really, it's not compared to like you lifting your truck, because I feel like you experience way more complication when you lift this truck compared to you lowering it. Like, lowering, there's few things on here. Like I said, I got to change upper and lower control arm, got to get wheel alignment. It's like all little things and stuff. Obviously, it's going to be a fun street truck to drive. That's why I decided to lower it. Now, one last thing before I end this video, I want to say, now it really comes down to what you plan on doing with your truck. If you're going to, use it to probably every now and then go to the track, race it, then it's worth you lowering it to a certain stance. And yeah, it really does play a huge role in what you plan on doing with your truck. But I think 100% with me, if I could do this again with another Ram 15, I definitely will, compared to lifting it up. I think it's worth it though. But feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.